basic campfire is actually pretty useful. It speeds up regens. Um, the issue is requires tree sap. It requires a host of things to actually do it. Start draining mana, or start draining life. Hope the other smugglers don't start joining in. Ah, God damn it. Should have just ran. Okay, I think this may actually be an improvement. No, apparently it doesn't change a thing. Alright. That slight point in a few points in the difference, uh, point something in the difference I was really hoping would matter. It doesn't. Okay. Let's head into the city and see if there's anything else I can get up to. Ooh, what was that? Charming, was it? Ah, here's some, with the devs. Captain Stotastic, which I keep reading as Scholastic, you know, the, like, kids' books thing? Yeah. And Lutheran, which I keep thinking of the guy from RuneScape. refuse to deal with a human like you. You're really trying my patience. Okay. Sure do love a good drink. Dipso boozer. Pfft. Well, look at you. How does it feel not to drink away your woes? Must be nice not to be branded a fool. I knew it. You came here to mock me. Should have known that the damn ogre was nothing but trouble. Now all I have going for me is being known as the fool who scammed by an ogre. An ogre is more intimidation than strength, they say. You can do it, they say. They were wrong. It has brought me nothing but humiliation. Curse the name Osrug, and curse his offspring with him. Some ogre that resides in mountain pass known as Hillshade Hollow. He promises to be guide to those who wish to gain fame and riches by plundering the Null fortress within, but all he's good at is making himself rich. Little did I know that once I paid him, he would simply take my precious coin, lead my party into some knolls, then abandon us to those savages. When he took my money, he led my party towards a group of knolls. Uh, when the gnolls were alerted to our presence, Osric laughed and left us to fend for ourselves. None of my party fell to the beast except for myself. I was permanently maimed from the encounter. Recovered enough to track down Osrog, I took my blade and lunged at him, but was no match against an ogre. After my feeble attempt, and threw me against the cavern wall, breaking several of my bones. Left me for dead. Not been for some kind adventurers who found my nearly lifeless body, but I have no doubt that I would have died that day. Now I have laughter empty pockets, and the shame of being scammed by such a simple race. One day I will have his head. There's still a while left to the test, so I'm not gonna chill out front. I'm gonna see if I can't get any, like, say, tail ring done. Not that I know where that NPC is. Ooh, we can get a room key. Okay, I'm gonna look this up and see if I can find out where the hell um, the tailor's is. April Blue Nail. There is no information online. Ooh, there may be information on the Discord. It would help if I stopped typoing. Ooh, trade skill building, second floor, middle of the city. Found something. Waykeeper. Tether your spirits, change your game mode. Good, thanks. Town Hall. Just gonna barging into anywhere with a second story. Oh, apparently tailoring hasn't been touched up in quite a while. Okay, not here. Meant to be the middle of town. That's the bank. I have no idea. Hmm. Health. So many goods come and go through the city that it's often hard to keep up with all that's going on. We're behind on a shipment of ale to the Steel Line recruits out in the field. If you're moved to help us out, you could deliver a shipment of some ale that we've been so sluggish in delivering. We'd consider if you'd help us out. Um, this has been on the back of the forge for some time now. By them talks and Steel Line recruits do not pay well, so you do not get priority treatment like some of our better paying customers. Please deliver this box of ale to the Steel Line recruits that are camped out near the guard tower and ruins of Harbour View Hamwood. Keep whatever they tip you, but do not expect much, as they are poor recruits after all. Look at it this way, though. What you may not earn in coin, you'll make up for in experience. You're very successfully talking me out of doing the gig, lads. Like, Jesus. Haven't checked here. Yeah, it wouldn't be here, but it's just like desperation. Yeah, we'll go with that. This is not the middle of town. Ugh. Yeah, sadly I finally found her and I do not have any materials. Just people were talking about the crafting of the game, so I was kind of curious to see what it's like. But, yeah, I don't have the materials. We'll look at some smelting if I can do that. Copper fragment. Forged copper ingot needs a copper fragment. Oh, is that from breaking it down at copper equipment? I don't think this should work, really, by right. Okay. I can make 120 now copper arrowheads from 3 copper ingots. Take an age and a half, but yes. And that's a level 5 recipe. I can do it even though this is my first gig. Huh. So the skinning thing we saw earlier is just, like, the level is irrelevant to it. Might mean it'll take longer for me to do it, because it's, like, I'm level 1 and it's level 5, but it doesn't lock me out. I just need to have the materials. Interesting. I have played EverQuest before. I played like Beastmaster or something. I finished the tutorial and I gave up. It was just nothing but auto attacks, no abilities, and the only spells accessible to me at that time were like cantrips, or like they were vaguely, like they had some vague use to them, but they weren't worthwhile. So I didn't get them, and I just auto attacked my way through the tutorial, and that was the end of it. Like, when you're playing WoW, you get, like, Mortal Strike, Execute, you know, Crusader Strike, Vindicators, Judgment, or, I can't remember what it's called now. Final Judgment, Templar's Verdict, Final Verdict. You get abilities. Even as a martial character, as a paladin, you get moves. But in EverQuest, if you're melee, you auto attack. You get nothing else. I don't know how people got addicted to it. Like, there was a charm to EverQuest, but that combat system, like, Jesus Christ. The smooth sharpening stones that he talks about are over at outside the settlement, over this. Well, have fun there, um, or over this way. Remember there was a. It might be over here. There was an area, and you saw little like earth elementals. It's there that you have to go. Big Jeff. Was it not here? I guess not. But yeah, there's somewhere around here is a spot where all earth elementals spawn. You beat the crap out of them, and you get the rocks to trade into him, the pebbles. Hmm. Still an hour something. Hmm. Ooh, cotton. Nice. 4. Hex Knight. Hmm. I think if I want to really get into this game, I'm gonna have to actually, or a game like this, I'm gonna really have to get over my nerves and actually communicate and play with people. I am notoriously asocial. Oh yeah, you need a item to raid there. Makes sense. But you must have the proper tool equipped to smoke. Cuban cigars. Only the finest. But ooh, cotton. I think I'm gonna have to get over my asocialness, and I think I'm gonna have to get over my socialness and actually communicate with people. I know, shocking. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm actually going to have to, you know, LFG, try and get in groups. If I want to continue playing this, if I want to play Monsters and Memories, I'm going to have to. Oh, excuse me. Fuck. Excuse me. I'm going to have to get over my skittishness and actually try and communicate with people. Actually try and get groups going. I'm terribly skittish with the whole thing. Like how even in my old WoW guild, like retired or brave parsers, they were lovely people. But I was still like, oh god, about asking things. I didn't want to be a pest, you know? Like, I didn't want. They were nice people, but I didn't end up running as many dungeons as I wanted to do because I just felt awkward and bothering them. They wouldn't have seen it as such, but that's just me for you, you know. I need to get over it, or it will block me out of these games. And I like an MMO. I find so many of them interesting, but for various reasons I can't get into them. And one thing that always does dampen my interest in them is the social aspect. That's something I need to work on. Though, on a different note, I do find this funny. I do find this funny. I murked a guy in the woods. How hated must you be for random wood killing to be sensed by 4 cities across the world? Or 3 cities across the world and 2 factions in the same city. For them to sense that killing and be like, I like this guy more for it. How hated must you be? Go, my minion. Kill. Kill my minion. Murder. Careful, we might get sued by Nintendo. Let me make sure this cap is tied right. Sorry, I just had to take a drink. But yeah, I do find the idea of this funny. And it's the same way in WoW and whatnot. You murk a dude and people like you better for it. Even if no one's around to witness it, they like you better for it. Or if you look at Wrath of the Lich King, you slap on, maybe Kata? You slap on a tabard for a faction. And even even if the faction doesn't care about that dungeon or whatnot, they like you better now for repping them. It's like, yes, you broke into that guy's house, who we don't personally have a grievance with, and killed him and his family. But my god, did you look styling doing it. Yes, those colors look fantastic on you. Yes, we like you more now. Okay, these gnolls also drop hemp. So they could be a source of, herbs for you. And more hemp. Luminary Fangtooth. Okay, there's actually plenty of gathering resources out this way. It was pretty Spartan where I was, but it's pretty ample here. Ooh, more ore down there. I've seen people praising the crafting system in this, that it's great and whatnot. Though I've yet to really experience enough to comment on it. It's good to hear that they got a good crafting system. Wonder how well that'll hold up. Because, like, if you look at the crafting system and WoW, it's it's kind of questionable to get crafted gear because you can very easily replace it, in my experience, with something from a dungeon or a raid. You'll very quickly replace it. Rare is it for crafting gear to outpace what you can get in a raid, or be on par with it, be a viable alternative. Get that or the raid gear. Maybe in classic WoW, but in more modern WoW, like, you really don't need crafting gear. Enchantments, yes. Blacksmithing gear, no. You know, it's just not as viable. people keep saying goodbye, and it's just like there's a bit more time left. Maybe it's over for them, but it's not over for me. Can I butcher you? Nope. Nope. Session body. Jesus, I am about to die. Could you stop the crowd? Thank you. Inventory is full. Heal me. Jesus. I am dead. Ooh. Hole. Well, I lost some XP. Crab rave. Oh. This is based on level. You got the name of your store wrong. How awkward. No eye, ripped bone, no fang. Box of ale, I'll get to it maybe. You can throw mushrooms at people. My god. There we go. Tree sap, cotton, more feather. Sap tannin. This does take a while. Go off, get a cup of tea. Well, you would if you had a few of it. Wonder if we could make our own sap tannin. I think I saw someone asking if there was a recipe for it. Just got 2 levels of cure. Okay. Wonder how much this goes for. 2 silver, 2 copper. And it costs 1 silver, 5 copper to buy that. Wait. Buy 1 please. I sense a potential money-making opportunity. One silver, 1 copper. Damn. Let's head upstairs. So no, you cannot exploit people selling to merchants to get more out of them. They've lost out on money. It would have still certainly gotten more selling to her than selling to that merchant. But that merchant's markup negates what you get off her. One, two. Okay, spinning. Spinning. I thought I said skinning there. There's always already skilled in spinning, I see. Well, there's always room for growth and new patterns to explore. We can advance further. I've got just the recipes. Got our materials. Remember, high quality silks are always in demand here. Silks. Sure. Craft them all. So you spin over here, tailor over there. The way some people talked about it was that you could leave it and go to another place and do another gig over there. I'm not sure if that's accurate. It is! This crafting station will continue to work even if you close the window. Crafting will continue, visit other stations, fight enemies, or even log off. Given how long some of the crafting gigs take, and like you could have quite a bit of material on you, like the smelting, or the arrowheads, if depending on which ones are automatic and which ones aren't. Depending on what one's automatic and what ones aren't, I could really see the value in that. Because some things will take for fucking ever. So you'll be able to do like 100 of those arrowhead batches, you know? You get like 100 and something a piece. You set up 100 of those sets of 100 to do. That's going to take for fucking ever. You set that up over there, you fuck off and do a dungeon run, you come back, and it's a third of the way done. It's beautiful. Craft. How is it skewed for tree? What? What? I don't know. Move to inventory. Also automatic crafting. Tantologist skull. Is that a new connection to Thanatos? Fear of impending death. Need two in actuality. I was thinking you only needed one because you only needed one to get the research, and it seemed like the research matched up with the price you have to pay for it. So, yeah.